There's a moment, right before everything collapses, when the world becomes impossibly quiet. Your phone rings with bad news. A relationship ends. You lose someone, a job, a sense of direction. And suddenly, life as you knew it fractures in your hands. Most people think sanity disappears in these moments. But what if these moments are when the mind shows its true strength? When life falls apart, it doesn't feel like a story. It feels like free fall, like the ground beneath you has been replaced with air. Your routines dissolve. Your expectations crash. And it's not just a feeling. The hippocampus, the part of your brain that anchors you in memory and context, struggles under the flood of stress hormones. That's why the familiar suddenly feels foreign, why the path forward seems to vanish. Your brain starts asking questions it never wanted answers to. Why me? What now? Is everything over? It's the moment people fear most, not because of the chaos outside, but because of the chaos that starts inside. Your own mind feels like an unsafe place to be. The inner monologue that once guided you now only seems to echo the panic. But here's the thing no one tells you. This moment is survivable. And more importantly, it's transformable. Because what feels like a breakdown is actually a biological alarm system doing exactly what it was designed to do. When everything goes wrong, your brain activates the oldest system it has, survival mode. Your amygdala, the brain's ancient threat detector, fires alarms. It doesn't distinguish between a physical threat and an emotional one. A lost job feels like a predator in the tall grass. A broken heart feels like a mortal wound. And so your thoughts race like they're trying to escape you. Your breath becomes shallow. Your body prepares for threats that aren't even there. This is why you feel overwhelmed, why simple decisions become impossible. Under chronic stress, the prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain that handles logic, planning, and impulse control, is effectively sidelined. Communication between brain regions is disrupted. Your very ability to think clearly is compromised. Your brain is not breaking, it's overprotecting you. And the key to staying sane is learning how to talk your brain down from the ledge. It's not about ignoring the alarm, but teaching it that the threat is not what it seems. This is where resilience is born, not as a trait you either have or don't, but as a skill you can build. Resilient individuals show enhanced activity in that prefrontal cortex, a stronger connection that allows them to regulate the amygdala's alarm bells. So how do you strengthen that connection? You can start with something simple: cognitive reappraisal. It's the practice of reinterpreting a stressful situation to change its emotional impact. Instead of, "I can't handle this," you might ask, "What is one small thing I can do right now?" This simple act engages the prefrontal cortex, pulling it back online. Another tool is connection. Reaching out to a friend or family member isn't just about emotional comfort. Social support acts as a powerful buffer, providing your nervous system with a signal of safety that can quiet the internal alarms. It reminds the oldest part of your brain that you are not alone in the wilderness. These moments of fracture, a free fall, they feel like the end, but they are also a profound opportunity. An opportunity to understand the intricate machinery of your own mind, to see its fierce, protective nature, and to learn, with intention, how to guide it back to safety. It is in the quiet aftermath of collapse that we discover our own strength isn't about never falling, but about learning how to land. When your world collapses, your first instincts are all wrong. You reach for logic, but the numbers don't add up. You grasp for a strategy, but the map is on fire. You try to find hope, but it feels like a distant language you've forgotten how to speak. But before any of that, there's a more fundamental need. Before logic, before strategy, before hope, you need oxygen. It's a biological truth. Your breath is the only system in your body that can directly communicate with the frantic, primitive part of your brain and convince it that you are not, in fact, dying. It's the first step, not a grand leap, but a simple physical act. A slow inhale, filling your lungs. A slow exhale, releasing the tension from your shoulders. Each breath is an anchor, pulling you back from the roaring chaos for just a single second. And then another. You're not trying to fix your life here. You're not solving the problem or charting a new course. You're stabilizing the pilot, because no one can fly a plane through a storm with shaking hands. Once the pilot is stable, you can address the next crisis, the feeling of utter powerlessness. When your world falls apart, your brain's sense of control is shattered. And that loss of control is what makes people feel like they're losing their sanity. The strategy to reclaim it is simple and far more powerful than it sounds. You take control of something small, something tangible and immediate. Wash a single cup. Make a list with 3 items on it. Move a chair from one side of the room to the other. Open a window and feel the air on your face. These tiny, deliberate actions are messages. They are pieces of evidence you are feeding directly to your nervous system. Each one says, "See, I am not powerless. I can still affect my environment." Your brain believes evidence, no matter how small. It's a foothold, a single point of stability in a landslide. Sanity doesn't return all at once. It returns in fragments like these, long before it ever returns in full. These fragments of breath and control eventually create a quiet space, and in that quiet, you begin to see things clearly. When everything falls apart, you finally see what was actually holding you up, and, just as importantly, what was quietly breaking you all along. This is how a collapse becomes a moment of profound clarity. People look at the ruins of their life and discover they were living according to someone else's expectations. They realize they were in jobs that drained them silent, in relationships that hollowed them out from the inside. They were living lives that felt more like survival than actual living. And you realize that sanity isn't just about getting back to okay. Sanity is about understanding what was fragile, what was false about your world in the first place. It's about seeing the cracks in the foundation, not so you can despair, but so you know exactly how to choose differently when you rebuild. So staying sane doesn't mean staying strong all the time. It means staying connected. Connected to your breath when the panic rises. Connected to small, deliberate choices when the world feels too big. And connected to the idea that collapse is not the end of your story, but a transition. The world falls apart. Everyone breaks at least once. But breaking doesn't mean failure. It means you've reached the part of the story where transformation finally begins. And if you're here, if you're breathing, you're already surviving it.